It's not always fun and games for first responders.
05 Central, you show me in pursuit.
But sometimes it is.
Oh my God, he's not wearing pants again.
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Flipping around, look out, look out, look out.
Sometimes it's not.
Antler Boulevard for a snake in a house.
And sometimes it's just plain stupid.
Chihuahua in his lap on a lawnmower.
This is the stupid side of first response.
Dispatch, do I really have to go to that?
This is Code 0.5.
Come in 0.5.
All right, guys. This is Jason again with my co-host Rich and bringing back the Renniks. And we left y'all in a hard spot last time, literally.
Right.
I think we finished off with the story about a guy that gets aroused from water or the rain or something.
The rain. Yeah, and I was digging for more on that, and that was all the headline was, is he was walking around naked with a freaking bottle of cooking oil.
Well, there's got to be more to it, because you'll never see me run outside in the rain and strip my clothes off and go look at it. The more I'm looking through these, the more it freaking amazes me. I know we led with the Florida man. They're just a different breed, dude. Like, I don't know.
I've got another one for the Florida man. It's
like, I led with the alligator story last time. I got a Florida man charged with assault with a deadly weapon after throwing an alligator through a Wendy's drive-through window. Joshua James said his friend worked at a Wendy's and he thought he'd pull a prank. He found a harmless alligator and threw it through the window where his friend wasn't even working at the time. No one was hurt in the incidents, but he was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, petty theft. They charged him for petty theft and unlawful possession of an alligator. Like, they actually have a statute.
Well, there's so many of them down there. You know, people probably screw with them all the time.
I guess.
But, that's
saying that kind of ties into the one that I'm about to say, too.
Well, what kind of friend is that?
Oh, I would totally.
I mean, if I'm working somewhere and you throw an alligator at me, you're getting your ass kicked.
Oh, no.
We ain't friends.
We actually have them here in Oklahoma. We need to go to the lake.
After I got away from that alligator, I'm beating somebody's ass.
Yeah. We ain't friends. You're a bastard.
Still won't talk to me because I tossed an alligator in this truck.
So this one I've got: Florida man arrested for trying to get alligator drunk. And the first sentence from this,
oh my gosh,
it says Florida men have a tough time staying away from alligators, which is 100% true.
Yeah.
In 2019, the Martin County Sheriff's Office arrested Timothy Kepke after he tried to get an alligator drunk. Apparently, Kepke was trying to get the alligator to loosen up and chill out. Of course, the drunken alligator bit Kepke. Never mess with an intoxicated alligator in Florida.
I'm sure y'all seen those horror videos where the gator will bite your arm and they do that death roll thing.
Yeah.
Your arm's gone.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Why? Why would they even jack with things like that?
Think about what it would do to a bottle of whiskey. If you got it in there and he bit on it and started spinning.
Oh, no. Me and him
down
have
the whole bottle.
We'd have a fight over that bottle.
Thing be gone.
I don't understand it. Why? And then they have the law about people not being able to, own or keep alligators in Florida. Yeah, I mean, they have to come up with that stuff because of stupid people like this.
Apparently, man, that just blows my mind. They've got a statute on that. I got a Florida man arrested for crashing a car into a mall. He said he was trying to time travel. Florida man thought he had everything he needed to travel through time if he could only duplicate the way they did it in Back to the Future.
Oh my
Here's the problem with all that. He was driving a Dodge Charger, not a DeLorean. He didn't have a flux capacitor, and time travel isn't possible yet. No one was hurt in the incident that took out an advanced tax services and Pensacola caskets of the mall that the driver apparently thought he was going to disappear as he careened into it. After his arrest, he was taken for an evaluation, which is probably why his name has not yet been identified.
So does he really think once he hits 88 miles per hour, he didn't have a flux capacitor? And then what did he need? The 1.28 gigawatts or whatever of electricity to make it happen?
Like, I don't understand Florida people at this point. Like,
yeah, all that stuff y'all are reading are from Florida.
Overseas, I understand why people are so concerned about people in America, because it's like we're a completely different breed to them.
You know,
well, Florida is like its own little country.
And I wonder how many of those, and probably all of them, there's some kind of drug involved.
Oh, yeah. This one right here, Florida man trapped in unlocked closet for 2 days. It's
maybe he didn't want to come out of the closet.
At the State College in Daytona Beach, Florida, a couple was trapped in a closet for 2 days before finally calling for help. When police arrived on the scene, they quickly discovered the closet was unlocked the whole 2 days.
And they were able to call for help?
Yeah.
What
This is at a college, too.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Florida man jumped into Bass Pro Shop's fish tank.
I've seen those. I don't want to jump in it. I want to fish in it. Have you seen how big those damn fish are in those?
No.
They've got there's some catfish and some bass in there that are huge.
Florida man joyriding excavator likely caused neighborhood's power outage before Super Bowl. Sports fans in South Florida were forced to find another way to watch the Super Bowl when the power inexplicably went out in their neighborhood. A neighbor said a man randomly started operating an excavator that was parked on the street for a project and accidentally knocked down a power line. The man then hopped out and rode off on a bicycle. They're still investigating. This isn't... Oh, my gosh. Florida man captures alligator with a bin. Yeah, they're always messing. In Florida, capturing an alligator is apparently as easy as taking out the trash, but honestly, don't try this at home. Oh, man. Oh, man. Florida man driving with clown mannequin had a live grenade in pickup.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
A Florida man who was driving with a clown mannequin is accused of having a live grenade in the back of his pickup. Lewis Wayne Branson of Palatka was charged with driving with an expired license for more than 6 months, possession of drug paraphernalia, there we go, possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammo by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, and possession of cocaine in addition to the original charge. Jeez.
You know what? I don't think I'm ever going to complain about anything that we go through here anymore.
Yeah, I think.
I would not be able to keep my cool with some of this shit. I'd end up dying of laughter.
Oh, my. A Florida man who was arrested for trying to buy a child he saw at Volusia County Walmart in 2018 is back behind bars. That's good. Got to be kidding me.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, you're coming up with all this stuff in Florida. I know if you go to the opposite coast, there's probably more stuff.
You think?
Here,
Oh, yeah.
I'll look it up.
It's probably worse than what you're telling me now. I mean, look at it. Isn't that where Pelosi's from?
Are you serious? 19. There we go. This is just. Yeah, there's his closet. There's a Florida man suspected of using his private plane to draw a giant radar penis.
Come on, I know you can come up with California because if
I was
Pelosi
looking,
keeps getting elected over there, there's got to be some freaking Looney Tunes over there.
Florida man calls 911 after PlayStation stops working. There's apparently audio of the call. Caller, hello, 911, police or paramedics. Do you know about the whole thing that's going on with the PlayStation Network is the question. Oh, Florida man arrested for calling 911 after his cat was denied entry into a strip club.
That one keeps resurfacing.
Oh, my. Oh, Florida man breaks into ex-girlfriend's home and shits on belongings.
Florida man insists syringes pulled from rectum aren't his.
Oh. Florida man shines laser at cars while hiding a bag of marijuana in his rectum. Oh. Florida man caught picking hallucinogenic mushrooms with alligator in a backpack.
There's the alligator again. What in the hell is wrong with them? What is it, Floridians?
I'm going to see about this. Hang on. Alligator in a backpack. Will it? Oh, man. I want to see if this will freaking... I want to... Dang it. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, man.
Florida man arrested after botched castration surgery.
What?
An elderly Florida man with a twisted castration obsession was busted for allegedly performing an at-home surgery on another guy,
What in the holy
whom
hell?
he met on a dark web fetish site.
I'm starting to lose all hope for humanity.
Definitely stuff down there, man.
You know, speaking of dark web, has anybody ever found anything good on that? You know how you get to them, right?
The derp web?
Okay, on websites, there's this thing called it's called a DNS server. It's a domain name server. So when you go to whatever and you type in code 0.5.co, it goes to that name server and then it directs you to the IP address where their website is held. Okay. A dark website doesn't have the domain name. You just have to know its IP address. And that's how you get to the site. So there's actually not a name for it. There's just numbers, and you have to know the number that's associated with it. I don't know how the hell you get them or who you talk to find out where they are.
I didn't even know that.
So, because they talk about where you can buy stuff on the dark web and all that. And I mean, that's what I've been able to put together because I've been able to put up, you know, back in the day, whenever I would develop websites, that's what you would do before you had a name associated with it. It was just a number.
Yeah, I'm not all technologically advanced like that.
Well, the Florida people running out of dumb shit.
No.
Because I got some dumb shit around here.
Florida man fights off alligator that attacked his dog.
Well, that's heartwarming, actually.
Yeah.
Want your dog to get eaten.
I think it was a little dog, too. I actually saw, like, the news story or whatever.
Oh. Florida man shot in the stomach after attempting to scare his friend. Wow. Oh, man.
Florida man bitten in the face by alligator while playing disc golf.
That seems now you're getting into like headlines.
Like I don't even
That's
know
where the
how.
alligator's being the aggressor in that situation.
Here we go. Florida man tries to evade arrest by cartwheeling away from cops.
That's when you just stop and watch them as they're leaving, and you're like, would you just look at this shit?
Here we go. I'm tired of freaking Florida man getting freaking all the credit. These are Oklahoma.
Uh-oh.
Meth lab in a Walmart bathroom. Alicia,
What?
Yeah, Alicia Half Moon of Tulsa couldn't afford to buy the ingredients to make a batch of methamphetamine, so she'd rather attempt to steal the materials she needed. Half Moon brought everything back to a bathroom at the back of the store to cook a batch. After 6 hours, the store reported her to police and the suspicious behavior, where cops entered the bathroom and caught Half Moon mixing chemicals and arrested her for possession and obtaining a drug using a forged or altered prescription.
Okay.
The Binky Bandit. This happened in September 2014 in Oklahoma City. Story went viral, showed a man sucking on a pacifier as he robbed a man at gunpoint, taking his money and his car.
Yeah, he was sucking on a pacifier.
Yeah.
The Binky Bandit.
The Binky Bandit.
Wonder if he knows the wet bandits.
Florida man chews up police car seat after cocaine arrest.
Oh, my God.
George Perez was arrested for causing a public disturbance at Bricktown in Oklahoma City when police found Perez to be bathing in a public fountain, washing his hair with mayonnaise. He was charged with disturbing the peace and bathing in a public fountain, which is prohibited in Oklahoma City. So you guys keep that in mind next time you go out.
Was he getting the mayonnaise out of the jar with his hands?
Clyde Hobbes of Oklahoma City was arrested for calling 911 and talking dirty to the dispatcher. This wasn't the first time he's been arrested for that. He'd been arrested 3 times prior to this.
For the same thing?
For the same thing.
Oh, my God.
Why would he talk dirty to the dispatcher?
Yeah.
I hate talking to dispatchers.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, did I tell you about the last call that my rookie took?
Huh.
No.
Oh, he's on his own now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I crossed him or whatever and gave him my blessing, and he's cut loose now. But one of the last calls that he had before, when he was still with me, he gets this call. Husband calls in and wants us to come down and arrest his wife. Mm-hmm. And he's talking to him on the phone, and I'm just watching his expressions. He's got him on speakerphone. And he said, my wife went and busted out all the windshields in our cars. And so he tells him, he's like, okay. He goes, well, I can take a report from you, but I also want you to know that, you know, so you guys are married. Those are y'all's cars. So if she wants to tear them up, she can tear them up.
Right.
And the guy was like, no, that my name's on the car. And he goes, I understand that, but it doesn't matter. Y'all are married. Those are y'all's. That's y'all's property. So she can tear it up if she wants to. So he goes, well, can y'all come down here and I want to do a protective order against her. And we're like, okay, where's she going to go? Y'all live together. I mean, you get a protective order against her. Where is she going to go? And he's like, well, I don't know. Can y'all just come down here and, can y'all do a welfare check on her? 'Cause I'm worried about her. And he's like, wait a minute. Do you want us to take her to jail or do you want us to check on her? Which one is it? So he's like, well, just come check on her because what she's doing, that's not right. It's something strange. Just check on her. And he goes, all right, you know, we'll come down there. We'll talk to her and see what's going on. What's your address? Well, she's not here. Okay. Does she not live with you or something? Well, no, she doesn't live here. What in the hell? Who in the hell is married and then doesn't live with their spouse? So he's like, okay, well, where is she? And he goes, well, I don't know. She's within about 4 miles of here somewhere. Gotcha. We're on our way and we will drive around in a 4-mile radius from your home and just see if we stumble across her. Okay, man, I appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you.
You didn't do it.
I say, I'm not going to go down there and drive in the damn 4-mile radius looking for cars and stuff because you're worried about your wife. Well, when I told my rookie, I was like, wait a minute. Women just don't go busting out windshields. There's usually an underlying cause. Mm-hmm. What did he do? And he's like, well, I don't know. I didn't ask. It's like, dude, you got to ask. He's like, well, why? It doesn't matter. She just busted out the windows. I'm like, yeah, but I guarantee you,
content.
this old boy, yeah, probably had his windows busted out because she found out about girlfriend or something. You know, there's something in there that you need to find out about.
Has to be.
Yeah, I couldn't get him to call back because that's what I was digging for. I was like, man, I need some content. You know, call the dude and be like, hey, what'd you do to make this happen?
I got one right here.
He moved to Florida.
This happened in Oklahoma. This is horrible.
Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
And this guy looks just... I'll have to show y'all. But this guy apparently pretended to be autistic so babysitters would change his diaper.
What?
Mark Anthony Richardson Jr. twice this year fooled babysitters into watching him at their homes in Oklahoma City. The babysitters told police that he would get sexually aroused when they cleaned him while changing his diapers. Police say he grabbed the breast of one babysitter's 18-year-old daughter during an overnight stay. Her mother told her to go back to sleep because he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, my God.
Prosecutors allege that Richardson found his victims from babysitting ads placed online Craigslist. This bizarre crime is yet another example of the dangers of letting individuals who we meet online into our homes.
Oh, my God.
Richardson was caught when the last babysitter became suspicious after he stayed repeatedly at her family's home in, I guess it was in September. The woman told police her 18-year-old daughter had placed the ad. She said a man using the name David called about watching his son, Alex. Police reported that the caller described the son as 19 and he wears diapers, drinks formula from a bottle, and uses a pacifier. Police now believe the caller was him, and the woman chose to babysit Alex instead of letting her daughter. The woman reported Alex first arrived at her house in a taxi at 2 one morning and stood on the porch saying 4121 over and over and over. The number is the start of the family's street address. He had $40 in a typed note from David that he needed to be fed, according to a police report. He was wearing a soiled diaper and very old clothes. He also had a backpack with diapers, ointment, a bottle, and a pacifier. The woman said that on the first night, she changed his diaper and got him clean clothes. She read him a bedtime story because he kicked and screamed when she put him in bed. She said she gave him a bottle with baby formula, which he drank with a straight face, and she later gave him a bottle of Kool-Aid. She reported that during most days, he would not be still when she changed his diapers. He would get up and run around the house, and she would have to catch him to finish putting his diaper back on. This can't be real.
Oh, my God.
The only thing to make this story better is if the guy also rode around on a unicycle while juggling bowling pins.
What?
Demanded that he watch the People's Court, or better yet, convinced the babysitters to attempt to spin straw into gold. Of course, it would also be cool if he had a public Facebook page, which he does.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Renniks, how long were you able to get away with that?
You got to see this guy. This can't be real. This is the guy. Does he not? And he's just like, yep.
You know who,
Gonna get
you know
my
who
diaper
kind of looks
changed.
like to me? Neil Patrick Harris.
He kind of
Yes.
reminds me of Cheeseburger a little bit.
Here we go. Florida man accused of robbing Chinese restaurant at finger point. A worker at the restaurant told police the suspect held his right hand up at her in a position that to her resembled a gun. With his hand in a fist, his thumb pointed up, and his index and second finger pointed straight out. A Florida man facing armed robbery charges didn't have a gun, but he did shape his hand like one, according to the arrest report. Police say Stephen Michael Berlin went to the Szechuan Palace restaurant located in Gainesville. He sat in the restaurant for about 30 minutes before walking up to the counter. A worker at the restaurant told police Berlin then held his right hand up at her in a position that to her resembled a gun.
Just held his right hand up?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't in a jacket or anything?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
The victim believed Berlin might have a real weapon and was in fear of her life. She followed his demands, opening the cash drawer where he took the money inside, the police report states. The suspect then left the store. The victim later told responding officers that she was afraid to pick up the phone after the suspect left because she thought the defendant would return and shoot her. Police located Berlin just 3 blocks away from the restaurant. When an officer approached him, Berlin spontaneously confessed to the robbery almost immediately upon contact. Officers say they also recovered $577 in his possession. Berlin, 56, now faces a felony charge of robbery with a deadly weapon because he intentionally caused the victim to fear serious bodily injury or even death.
I give up.
No. Here you go. We got some, there, I was trying to find the, there's some weird laws that are still on the books here in Oklahoma. Apparently whaling is illegal in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Whaling?
Yeah, you can't, it's illegal to make faces at dogs. It's illegal to have tissues in the back of your car. Spitting on the sidewalk is illegal.
Oh, now you're going to look this stuff up. We're going to have to actually pull up the statute.
Yeah, we're going to.
Or some of those ordinances from towns.
Taking a bite out of another's hamburger will not be tolerated.
Damn straight it won't.
You're right.
Females are not allowed to do their own hair unless they are licensed by the state. You better go home and hook her up. Because I think Miss Tasha just cut a bunch off her hair, didn't she?
Oh, yes, she did.
Oh.
Cars must be tethered outside of public buildings. You can't go to bed with your boots on because it's illegal. The owner of a bar in Oklahoma is not allowed to let anyone inside pretend to have sex with a buffalo.
What?
Yeah.
All right. My brain is done with this shit for today.
Yeah. I can't.
Y'all, I know this is different. Some of it was kind of funny, and we'll throw these in every now and then. But thanks for tolerating us.
Thanks.
You have been listening to Code 0.5, the lighter side of police work. If you have ideas or suggestions for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at code05.co. That's code05.co. And please consider making a donation at our Patreon page, patreon.com/code05. Be sure to use the digits 05. Thanks for listening to Code 0.5.